Hello, all you freedom-loving people. Welcome to another episode of Front Page International. I'm your host, Scott Cameron Goulet. The House finally passed the bill that would suspend the debt ceiling until January 1st, 2025, and now the Senate will consider the bill. While issues of a potential default are still looming, the White House continues to be plagued with controversy. The younger son of George Soros has made multiple visits to the White House, and he likes to brag on social media about these contacts. And a former staffer who previously alleged that Joe Biden sexually assaulted her claimed during a recent interview that she's hiding out in Russia. And to add injury to all of these insults, the European Commission is quite comfortable with the global shift away from the American Petrodollar to a multipolar global currency regime. Elon Musk returned from China after visiting with the Chinese Foreign Ministry, and of course his trip sparked reactions among politicians. Vivek Ramaswamy, the GOP presidential contender, is deeply concerned that the CCP is turning our most prominent business leaders and celebrities into puppets in order to advance the CCP's agenda. NASA held a hearing on Wednesday to discuss unidentified anomalous phenomena. The panel concluded that they have no proof that UFOs are from outer space, but one did have something very interesting to say. Okay, let's get into it. The U.S. House of Representatives may have saved the country from financial default by temporarily suspending the nation's debt ceiling. The debt ceiling bill passed 314 to 117. 46 Democrats and 71 Republicans voted against the bill. The McCarthy-Biden Fiscal Responsibility Act suspends the debt ceiling until January 1st, 2025, and it cuts non-defense, non-essential spending slightly in 2024 and by 1% in 2025. The agreement also includes oil and gas drilling permit reform, and it includes changes to work requirements for some social welfare programs. It also seizes $20 billion in IRS funding and $30 billion in COVID-19 relief funds. While leaders on both sides portrayed the agreement as a victory, many members saw it as an imperfect solution. Tom Cole, who voted yes for the bill, said that the package represents the best deal we could have cut. He praised McCarthy for striking the compromise agreement, and he called the Speaker a master of the art of the possible. Representative Teresa Aguirre Fernandez described the bill in similar ways, but in less sanguine terms. Fernandez said the bill does save us from economic catastrophe and rejects the most extreme in the Republicans' Limit, Save, Grow Act. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I do not support many of the changes to our environmental laws and to our social safety net programs. However, Representative Delia Ramirez, who voted against the bill, said that she couldn't support a bill that takes away COVID relief dollars from children and seniors. Republicans favored the bill's spending cuts, although many complained that they didn't cut far enough. But Democrats were angered by the increased work requirements that were placed on some Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, recipients. Both sides gained something from the bill. Republicans praised the simplified process for oil and natural gas drilling permits, and McCarthy said that the bill doesn't contain any increase in taxes on government programs, while Democrats pointed out that spending reductions were much smaller than Republicans initially demanded. The Senate will consider the bill as early as today. The governors of West Virginia and Virginia have ordered the deployment of National Guard troops to assist Texas Governor Greg Abbott. On Wednesday morning, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin said that he would deploy 100 National Guard troops to Texas. Youngkin said, as leadership solutions at the federal level fall short, states are answering the call to secure our southern border, to reduce the flow of fentanyl, to combat human trafficking, and to address the humanitarian crisis. Following a briefing from Governor Abbott last week, Virginia is joining other states to deliver on its request for additional assistance. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice also said that he would deploy 50 National Guard troops to Texas. Abbott has been using Texas state resources in recent months to stop illegal border crossing into the country. In recent weeks, Texas National Guard troops and Department of Public Safety officers have set up razor fences. They have also been seen turning back people who are attempting to cross from Mexico into Texas illegally since May the 11th, when Joe Biden's administration ended the Title 42 immigration policy. Abbott has intensified border security efforts. On May 16th, 24 Republican governors signed a letter promising to support Abbott's border security efforts. Since then, several Republican governors, including Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, and Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen, deployed their state National Guard troops and state police resources to support border control efforts. George Soros' son, Alex Soros, has reportedly visited the White House at least 17 times since Joe Biden took office. The recently released records show that the most recent visits of the younger Soros, who is a Democrat mega donor and who is the chair of his father's Open Society Foundations, included 3 meetings between February 8th and February 10th. The visitor log mentions that the principal deputy national security advisor, John Feiner, and the special assistant to Joe Biden, Jordan Finkelstein, as the individuals who welcomed Alex Soros. The chief of staff for senior Biden advisor Anita Dunn and the advisor to Joe Biden counselor Mariana Adame were also among those who greeted Alex Soros to the White House. However, it's unclear who exactly Alex Soros met during these sessions. This is because the records contain information about White House staff who schedule appointments, meet guests, and take them to other personnel. For example, a White House official confirmed that 2 of Alex's past visits were with Ron Klain, who is Biden's former chief of staff. However, Klain was not listed in the records. Alex Soros has taken advantage of the Biden connections, and he has also maintained close contact with Democrat lawmakers. In fact, this is something that Alex Soros often brags about and posts on social media about. For example, Alex's Instagram shows dozens of pictures of top Democrats in the House and the Senate between 2018 and 2022. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi were among the Democrats who appear most often. Schumer appeared at least 9 times, and Pelosi appeared at least 8 times. For instance, in a September 2021 post, Alex Soros poses outside with his dad and Pelosi in an undisclosed location with the caption, "In Pelosi we trust." Was good seeing Speaker Pelosi this weekend. Alex Soros has also posted 2 photos of himself meeting with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Other Democrats who are pictured on Alex's Instagram include Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, Representatives Ro Khanna of California and Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. They also include the failed Texas gubernatorial candidate Beto O'Rourke and Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia. Meanwhile, Federal Election Commission records show that Alex Soros has poured cash into liberal super PACs and campaigns. Since the 2018 election, Alex Soros has donated nearly $6 million to federal political coffers. His most significant contribution was $2 million to the Schumer-backed Senate Majority PAC. Alex Soros also donated over $700,000 to the Biden Victory Fund in 2020, making him among its top donors. He has also pushed hundreds of thousands of dollars in extra cash to the Nancy Pelosi Victory Fund. In addition, tens of thousands of dollars more were given to the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, to state Democratic parties, and to individual campaigns. On Tuesday, a former Senate staffer, Tara Reade, who accused Joe Biden of sexually assaulting her, said she is taking refuge in Russia. In 2020, Reade alleged that while she was working in Biden's Senate office in 1993, he sexually assaulted her. Joe Biden did this, allegedly, by pinning her against a wall and forcefully kissing her. She reported that at the time he said, "Come on, man, I heard you liked me." Reade does not recall the exact location or date of the alleged assault. She said it happened when a supervisor asked her to hand over a duffel bag to Joe Biden on Capitol Hill. However, Biden denied Reade's accusations. He said that the alleged affair never happened. Now, in an interview with Russia state media, Reade said that she feels safe in Russia. During the interview, Reade said that she made a very difficult decision to flee Biden's America because she no longer felt safe. She claimed that her life was threatened because of her allegations against Joe Biden. She said, "I just didn't want to walk home and walk into a cage or be killed, which is basically my two choices. I felt that while this election is gearing up and there's so much at stake, I'm almost better off here and just being safe." Reade, who is known for her support of Russian President Vladimir Putin, also praised how welcoming the Kremlin has been toward her. Reade also said that she would like to apply for Russian citizenship from Vladimir Putin while she promises to be a good citizen. However, she still wishes to keep her U.S. citizenship. The European Commission has apparently publicly welcomed a new multipolar global currency regime. Petrodollars that underpin American economic dominance were once a cornerstone of the 21st century world order. But now the petrodollar is under attack. Russia and China have been working to establish their domestic currency as a viable alternative to fossil fuel purchases and for sales worldwide. Apparently, the EU is also interested in muscling into U.S. territory in this regard. This is because the European Commission has expressed a desire to see its euro currency be adopted for more international energy transactions. On Tuesday, EU Financial Services Commissioner Reade McGuinness wrote that to strengthen the international role of the euro, the Commission continues to pursue targeted actions. As regarding the use of the euro in the energy and commodity sectors, the EU will continue to discuss with key stakeholders to further increase the share of the euro. The BRICS economies of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa have long been seeking alternatives to the petrodollar. While these nations have long tried to weaken the petrodollar, recent geopolitical developments appear to inspire Western European leaders. These leaders seem to be eager to expand the European Union's power in more tense landscapes. One major supporter of such a petrodollar withdrawal is French President Emmanuel Macron. Macron warned that Europe risked becoming a vassal of America if it does not secure its own independence. Macron also advocates for the EU to avoid future conflicts between China and Taiwan. He claims that the continent cannot deal with an East Asian conflict and with the Ukraine war at the same time. However, Macron's comments have deeply upset various politicians. They accuse Macron of betraying the Taiwan government. On Thursday, Elon Musk wrapped up a two-day trip to China to meet senior Chinese government officials, including the highest-ranking vice premier. On his first trip to China in 3 years, Musk arrived in Beijing on Tuesday. He first met with Foreign Minister Qin Gang. According to a statement from the Chinese Foreign Ministry, Musk reportedly shared his thoughts on American and Chinese economic interests. He also praised China's vitality and promise. According to reports, Musk later announced that he would expand his business into China. However, when asked by reporters while leaving a hotel in Beijing, Musk did not publicly comment on his trip to China. He was also unusually quiet on Twitter during his visit to China. However, a statement that was published on Tuesday by the Chinese Foreign Ministry claims that Musk told Foreign Minister Qin that the interests of the United States and China are intertwined like conjoined twins. Meanwhile, during their meeting, Qin told Musk that both countries need to keep the steering wheel in the right direction of mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation. Qin also added that both nations should avoid dangerous driving. Musk's visit to China comes amid increasing tensions between Washington and Beijing. This follows cyber attacks, IP theft, and the downing of a Chinese surveillance balloon over the United States earlier this year. Those relations have been further damaged by China's friendship without limits with Russia. and China's increasingly aggressive actions in the South China Sea and toward Taiwan. Taiwan has been a self-governing democracy since the Chinese Civil War in 1949. Musk previously suggested that Taiwan should become a special administrative zone of China. And now his visit comes while he considers creating a new battery factory in Shanghai. Of course, his trip sparked reactions among politicians. Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is deeply concerned that Musk met with China's foreign minister. Ramaswamy said that he was breaking an unspoken rule in the GOP by sharing his concerns about Musk's visit. Ramaswamy tweeted, "It's deeply concerning that Elon Musk met with China's foreign minister yesterday to oppose decoupling and referred to the US and Communist China as conjoined twins." He also tweeted, "Tesla's VP in China reposted that statement on Weibo in China, but curiously not here in the US." Ramaswamy said that he has been one of the most vocal supporters of Musk's efforts to transform Twitter. However, he said that it is a real risk to the US when the CCP turns our most prominent business leaders and celebrities, Tim Cook, Larry Fink, LeBron James, Elon Musk, into puppets to advance their agenda. Ramaswamy also said that tilts the global scales of perception in China's favor, and sadly, it's working. On Wednesday, the long-awaited NASA hearing in Washington on unidentified anomalous phenomena lacked any major revelations about UFOs. It was the first time that the 16-expert panel discussed the results of its 7-month investigation in public. However, the hearing disappointed many by releasing a statement asserting there's no evidence UAPs are extraterrestrial in origin. A scientist, however, pointed out that unsystematic data gathering might cause delays in space agency analysis. Federica Bianca, who is an astrophysicist, data scientist, and an associate professor at the University of Delaware, noted that a problem exists with data analysis and management. Bianca said, "Data science and machine learning can assist artificial intelligence, but machine learning cannot work unless data meet the FAIR standard." FAIR is a standardized method that was established by the scientific community. It stands for findability, accessibility, interoperability, and usability. But it's worth noting that the new public event comes 24 hours after Breitbart News reported a sharp claim by Dr. Gary Nolan. Nolan is a Stanford University medical school professor who worked with the CIA to analyze U.S. personnel who developed medical issues after alleged contact with UFOs. In the conference, Dr. Gary Nolan said not only does extraterrestrial life exist, but they walk among us. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you so much for your support of Front Page. Please remember that every like, comment, and share helps more people to see the truth. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, we thank you, but please double check to make sure that you are still subscribed, because some of our audience have reported that they're somehow unsubscribed without their knowledge. Okay, this is our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you heard today, please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family, because everybody deserves to know the truth. Again, thank you for watching Front Page, and we will see you next time.